We are coming to you from the city beautiful Chicago, Illinois, where tonight WGN Sports on the U presents White Sox baseball as Paul Konerko, Alex Rios, Jake Peavy and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Evan Longoria and Joe Madden's Tampa Bay Rays. Hi, everybody, and welcome. With Steve Stone, I'm Ken Harrelson as we get set to bring you the second of this four-game set. As you know, in the opener last night, Chris Sale had some control problems early in the ball game. Settled down, went 7 innings, giving up just the 2 runs. We won that ball game 5-2. But it was good to see our offense. The last 2 ball games, that's been the recipe for success.
We really need some balance in this offense. And last night, 3 runs in the first inning without the benefit of a home run. It started off with a double, and then Jeff Keppinger came up, and he doubled into the gap. So that led the way to the first run. Sox scored 2 more in the first inning, but then the big boy, Adam Dunn, came up and hit his 4th home run. This made it a 5-2 game. But you can't do it without defense, and Chris Sale pitched his way out of a tough jam by getting the ground ball, and they turned 2. So that's the way you do it if you expect you want to win some baseball games. And as you can see, first inning runs, we scored early, 4. Runs via the home run, 4. Runs without a home run, 4. A lot of balance. And the pitching staff keeping the opponents to a 180 batting average, and that's how you do it. We won both of them.
Well, tonight for Tampa Bay, it's either Fausto or Roberto, whatever you want. Wait, go ahead.
Well, it's the same guy. It was Fausto Carmona. Now it's Roberto Hernandez, but he still throws a sinker. And because of that, we have some low ball hitters in this lineup, guys that are just waiting for him to throw that sinker. Diaza has killed him. Paul Konerko has hit him very hard. And Adam Dunn is also stroking the ball very well against him. And it comes at a good time for Adam because it looks like he's breaking out of this season-long malaise. So hopefully Adam keeps it going. The offense scores early, and Jake Peavy goes to the mound and whips up a good one.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
picked up his second victory of the season, going 7 innings and giving up only 2 runs. Tonight, the Sox veteran ace Jake Peavy goes for his 3rd win of the year. Earlier tonight, Robin Ventura talked about the difference in having a veteran on the mound from his position in the dugout.
You know, you feel confident when a guy like Jake goes out that, you know, he is in control. He's done it a lot as far as in his career of managing games and getting through them sometimes without his best stuff. So you know you're getting a competitor. I think it's one of those that you continue with the communication as far as how he's feeling and what he's doing out there, and then you make decisions based on that. I think for me, that's, you know, one of the comforts of having a veteran guy like him is communication's pretty easy on how he's feeling, how he's doing.
And hopefully Jake will have it tonight, and we'll be back with the first pitch of the ball game after these messages. Your home for the most live sports. Tonight's game is available in Spanish on your SAP audio setting, provided by 97.5 FM ESPN Deportes, Chicago's first and only FM Spanish language sports radio station. It was a beautiful night for baseball here in Chicago. Our first fireworks night of the year. It's 61 degrees at game time, and it was just a gorgeous day. So it is hitting weather. And our hitters looked a whole lot better the last couple of games. Let's see if they can put it together tonight. Let's take a look at how the Rays are going to line up. It's going to be Matt Joyce leading off and Ryan Roberts hitting second. Ben Zobrist, the switch hitter, hitting third, with their most destructive hitter, Evan Longoria, hitting fourth. James Loney, who's seen Jake Peavy a lot because of their head-to-head matchups, Los Angeles and San Diego. Then Sean Rodriguez, Kelly Johnson, Jose Molina, and Sam Fuld rounded out. The White Sox defense is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. It's Diaz, Danks, and Rios in the outfield, with Gillespie, Ramirez, Green, and Konerko in the infield. Hector Jimenez behind the plate, and Jake Peavy on the hill. Peavy looking for win number 3, his ERA in the low 3s. This is his 5th start. When opponent's batting average is .250 against you, that means you've given up 9 hits per 9 innings. And that's what Jake has done. However, the walk to strikeout ratio is outstanding, 33-5. So Jake, who throws a whole lot of strikes, is facing a team that's 2-8 on the road, a team that defensively is pretty decent, but offensively has really struggled. The umpires for the game tonight: Lance Barrett behind the plate, Chris Guccione at first, Tom Hallion at second, and Phil Cuzzy at third. So they're throwing the ball around the infield. We're ready to play baseball. I'm ready to turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Ken Harrelson.
All right, Stevie, thank you very much. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here with WGN Sports on the U. So happy you could join us for game 2 of this 4-game set. Right fielder Matt Joyce will lead it off. Joyce hitting at 185, a couple of homers and 2 RBIs. First pitch of the ball game swung on, and there's a souvenir.
Joyce, you might remember from his time with Detroit. Had a decent year last year. It's 17 homers, drove in 59.
That pitch is inside. And here at the ballpark, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straightaway center. Roberts on deck and Zobrist in the hole as we're just getting underway if you're just tuning in. Good pitch. And the count 1-2.
Jake throws him a slider. This is inside and keeps going further in, and Joyce expanded the zone.
Rays come in hitting at 227 as a club with a 3.74 ERA.
Their starting rotation is pretty impressive, but the lack of offense has his team in 4th place, chasing Boston by 5 games.
He gone. Well, last year Tampa Bay had a team ERA of 3.19, which was the best ERA in the American League since 1990.
Pretty impressive, but what usually happens is they ship some guys out. They had Wade Davis and James Shields gone, and then they have to fill in, and they seem to do it just about as well as anybody.
They plug in just about as well as anybody is right. It's amazing.
Year before, they had to remake the entire bullpen, and they were able to do it.
Yeah. Roberts 0 for 3 last night, hitting at 260, a couple of homers. He's driven in 4. There's the strike.
Jake would just as soon not leave that pitch up there. He got away with one, top of the zone, but those usually get hit hard. High sliders.
Very quickly, 1-2. Well, the Rays for years and years had a bad ball, and they were able to get some high draft choices, and they capitalized on them. 2-2 the count.
They've been able to raise a couple of good everyday players, but where they've really excelled is raising starting pitchers. Done a nice job in that.
He goes. 2 down.
After one bad slider, Jake throws 2 great sliders. This the second of the 2 great ones, and Roberts has no chance.
So here's the switch hitting Ben Zobrist. He was 0 for 4 last night, comes in hitting at 253 with a homer and 15 knocked in. First pitch strike. He has faced Jake 7 times, has 4 hits, 3 of which stayed in the park.
Zobrist has more power from the left side. He's been a better hitter as a right-hand hitter.
One and one to count.
Jordan Deggs playing him as a pull hitter, playing him over into right center field.
Can't get that one. Well, Zobrist, it's funny how some guys, you know, you've seen it as I have in our long careers in this game, Stevie. Some guys can play in certain towns. Some guys can't play in certain towns.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Especially in New York.
There's no doubt.
Some guys can play for certain managers. Some guys cannot play for certain managers.
Big city pressure and Some guys want an easy-going manager.
That's popped up, Alexei. So a nice 1-2-3 inning for the Jake Meister. And after half an inning of play, it's Tampa Bay nothing. And the good guys, well, coming to bat.
Line them up with Diaza leading it off and Tyler Green getting a start. Then it's Rios, Dunn, Konerko, Gillespie, Ramirez, Jimenez, and Jordan Danks. The defense, and now they'll line up behind Hernandez. Rodriguez, Fold, and Joyce in the outfield with Longoria, Zobrist, Roberts, and Loney in the infield. Jose Molina behind the plate and Roberto Hernandez on the hill. 1-3 ERA, 4.74. This is his 5th start. Yet the batting average against has been pretty good. It's largely been walks that have been plaguing it. And during his pregame warmup, if it means anything, he was leaving a lot of pitches down in the dirt that Molina was having a hard time corralling.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours. There's first pitch fastball strike to Diaza. Hernandez out of Santo Domingo. And the Dominican. They got him listed as 6'4", 230.
I think he's flown by 230 a long time ago. Yeah, he's been on a few LBs since his heyday with the Cleveland Indians. 2007, 19-8 with a 3.06 ERA.
That pitch popped up left field. So Rodriguez has it 1 out. Right now, let's check out our picks to click tonight. Jim Angio, our director and crew. They went with Jimenez. Steve's going with Adam Dunn and Mike Williams, Eric Aldrich, all the great folks out at Bolingbrook. We're going to go with Diaza.
Bread and butter of Hernandez has always been the sinker. When he was good, he wasn't missing with it. And that year, along with CC Sabathia, they dominated American League pitching. Indians thought they had themselves a wonderful young starter who'd be around forever. He might be around forever, but he turned out to be 4 years older and have a different name.
That pitch down low to Tyler Green. So the count 2-0.
Last year with the Tribe, 0-3. And then Tampa Bay picked him up, thinking that Jim Hickey could figure out whatever difficulties he was having keeping that ball in the zone.
Well, Hickey is a superb pitching coach, and he has proven that.
I think he's done a great job, especially with the turnover that they've had on this team.
That's why he's
They just keep handing him different pitchers.
Reclamation projects and say, hey, fix them. Yeah, when you get a coach like Coop, Hickey, Mike Maddox down in Texas, those guys, I mean, it gives the general manager a lot more leeway than the average general manager as far as dealing. Because he can call you up and say, hey, Coop, what do you think about Steve Stone? I can fix it. Get him. I'll fix it.
And there's a look at Jim Hickey and Joe Madden.
2 down. Same thing goes for a hitting coach.
If you take a guy that's had success and he's fallen on hard times, sometimes it's one sentence that can say, hey, look, let's look back to when you're really going well. This is what you did. And give him the confidence to go back there and maybe rediscover it.
Here's Alex. Yeah, and a lot of times they might tell him, look, you are so wrapped up in mechanics right now, you have no chance. So we're going to go back. We're just going to start from step 1. The ABCs of hitting. I want you, if you're a right-handed hitter, I want you to hit line drives right over that second baseman's head for a couple of weeks here, batting practice. If you're a left-handed hitter, I want you to hit line drives right over that shortstop's head for a couple of weeks.
Make sure they stay in,
That's
keeping
right.
the whatever the lead shoulder is inside and stay on the ball.
That's exactly right.
You know, it's interesting because they made a trade. They gave up Wade Davis and James Shields, and the guy they got back was Will Myers, who by all accounts is going to be a star. But in spring training, he spent almost all spring training right-hand hitter hitting the ball just to right field. He was working on it. He knew he wasn't going to make the team, and he wanted to see if he can do that.
Well, you know, I'll tell you that is not a bad drill at all. But you got to add one more thing to that, and that is how did he hit the ball to right field? How was his finish? Was it around his shoulders and low, or was it above his shoulders and high?
So you're hitting line drives and not slicing the ball.
Exactly. As there's a ground ball to Zobrist on the move. And a nice, easy 1-2-3 inning for Hernandez after 1 no score. Here's Longoria, face of the franchise. High into left center field. Piazza. And a reminder, 2013 flexible ticket plans include the White Sox Pick 7 and Pick 14 plans. You select the games you want, including great matchups, promotional nights, and the Crosstown Classic Series. So call 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com.
Nobody in this lineup knows Jake better than James Loney. He was longtime Dodger first baseman, and Jake, longtime star with San Diego Padres. They hooked up quite a bit, and Loney hit him about as well as anybody in days when it was really tough to hit Jake.
First pitch strike. Loney didn't like it.
That ball had the whole plate.
He pinch hit in the game last night and ripped a single. Hitting at 327 and 7 for 25 lifetime off Jake with a couple of homers.
He doesn't have the big power of the normal first baseman. He takes the place of Carlos Pena, who did have big power. Loney, a great defender, but for a corner man, he'll give you a steady bat, but not consistent run production.
That ball hit deep into right field. Stay in here. It's off the top of the fence. Just missing a home run.
That fastball right down the middle, and Loney just missed taking it out. So the guy that's most familiar with Jake is the guy in scoring position.
So here's Rodriguez. 1 for 3 last evening. Comes in hitting at 286 with a homer and 6 knocked in. Good approach on that pitch.
You don't see this very much, but last night we saw Rodriguez at first base. Tonight we see him in left field. And this is a guy for Joe Madden that fills a lot of holes. Wherever they need a defender, and a good one, they will just insert Rodriguez.
Well, when you're carrying 12-man pitching staff, you've got to have at least one guy on the club that can do that. When you're carrying in past years a 9 or 10-man staff, you could have anybody you wanted on the bench.
I think those guys are few and far between, and those teams probably have seen their day.
Oh yeah,
you're not going to see 9 men, and you're hard pressed to see a 10-man staff.
Well, Baltimore was the last team that I remember having a 9-man staff, and that's, I think I mentioned this to you, that's what we used to look for when Earl Weaver was the manager. How many pitchers was he coming north with? If he was coming north with 10, okay, we had a chance. If he was coming with 9, we knew we had our work cut out for us. Get over there, he will. Perfect feed. 2 down.
One thing you don't have to worry about with Jake Peavy is his lack of field awareness, because he's a good fielder. In fact, he's a great fielder, and he knows exactly where to be in all situations. So as soon as that ball was squibbed to the right side, he broke to the bag, and knowing that Loney was at second base, first thing he did was take a look at him. Here's a guy with some pop. Although he's not hitting much, he can hit the ball out pretty easily.
Well, they've been having the same kind of problems we've had offensively. They've been getting good pitching and no offense. But they have been playing better defensive ball than we have, and that's unusual. Our defense will come around.
I think the one surprise has been that Connor Gillespie has played a great third base. We didn't expect to see him down there, but with the injury to Beckham, it necessitated it.
Kelly saying that ball hit him. Johnson 1 for 10 lifetime off Peavy.
I think when you're 1 for 10, you're going to try to talk the umpire into putting you on first base and leaving it up to Molina. It's the first real good changeup that Jake has thrown.
And the count 2-1.
Changeup in a fastball situation usually will get guys looking or well out in front of him.
Three balls and a strike. Two out, Loney at third, and the 3-1 pitch. It's full.
Jake tried to throw that slider and keep it on the inside part of the plate, but Johnson was not swinging.
So now runners at the corners with two out, and that'll bring up Jose Molina, hitting at .233 with a homer and 3 knocked in. Outfield for the most part straight up and spread out. Maybe just a small gap out there in right center. As he takes first ball fastball for a strike at 93.
I think what he's saying is that ball was a little high, a little outside, but Lance Barrett, like a lot of umpires we've seen this year, is calling a higher strike zone than they might have ever called in years past. It's going to be the hitters that are going to have to adjust.
Very quickly, 0-2. Veteran Molina.
Younger brother Yadier might be the best defensive catcher in baseball. The Molinas have dominated catchers for a long time in the major leagues.
Yes, he did. He gone. He knew it. And that'll retire the side after an inning and a half, no score. Indiana Chevy dealers for their support of local youth baseball leagues. Local Chevy dealers are supporting over 30,000 young ball players in their communities through the Chevy Youth Baseball Program. And since 2010, Chevy dealers have been providing numerous leagues with equipment kits, instructional clinics, and much needed financial support. So from the big leagues to the youth league, Chevy is truly the official vehicle of baseball.
A few more folks have showed up tonight as the weather has been beautiful all day. And it's supposed to be very nice this entire weekend as we finish off the homestand with 2 more against these Rays. And then after the day off on Monday, it's on to Texas to get our first look at the Texas Rangers.
So here's Adam. His best night last evening. When he hit the ball hard, he lined out hard to center. His first at bat lined out hard to first. His second at bat didn't hit that bomb 2-run homer in his third at bat.
Hernandez is going to have to go away from his strength, which is down. Because if he keeps one down and on the inner portion, it's going to do exactly what it did last night, which is leave the ballpark. That pitch from Hellickson was down, and it went out.
1-2.
That was the best slider Hernandez has thrown tonight. 48th all time. Pretty big accomplishment for the big man.
Bottom of the 4th in Detroit. Tigers leading Atlanta 10-0.
I like their chances in that one.
Manuel Sanchez on the bump. Mahalam started for Bravo. Two-two pitch. And they got Zobrist moving as he is winding up, which you're not supposed to be doing.
No, and if Adam wants to, he can either look back at Lance Barrett or tell Tom Hallion to make him
Supposed to be
stationary. You can't distract the hitter.
Just got a piece of that one.
Got a good piece of Molina. He's going to limp out in front of the plate to get the baseball.
Davey Johnson used to do that to me. Get right in the arm slot angle of the pitcher, and you just start moving around.
That one doesn't feel too good. Especially when they're wearing, if you're wearing white uniforms, I would think that would be pretty distracting for the hitter.
It is. So a full count.
Paulie in the on-deck circle, and a lot like Dunn, he's had good luck with Hernandez.
Get me over slider right there, and got away with it.
Pitcher's going to have to decide when his strength is the hitter's strength, what he'll go to. If Hernandez thinks that his strength is better than Adam's strength, well, he'll throw a sinker down here. If not, he'll try something else. See how it works.
There's a bullet down into the corner. Big man's going to make the turn, and he'll get into second base with his second two-bagger.
For Hernandez, who went away from the slider, didn't work well. As Adam, who's hit him pretty well, brushed that ball, took it all the way to the wall. This ball is a little above thigh high, and Adam swinging the bat a whole lot better than he swung it all year long. Winds up in scoring position. Now, do you ask a power hitter like Paulie, hit the ball to the right side here?
Sure. Because he likes to go that way anyway, especially off, tough right-handers.
They try to get on the board early.
Yeah. Now some guys with dead ball hitters know you don't want to. That ball gets away, and now you won't have to.
You don't have to worry about it. That looked to me like a pass ball. Now they're going to give him his second wild pitch of the year. A couple years ago, Molina has this. That's absolutely a pass ball. The fact that it was called a wild pitch is not relevant. And now they've changed it to a pass ball.
Well, the funny thing about it right now, they're going to bring the infield in. Probably still going to try to stay on that ball and maybe move it to the right side, thinking he might just go ahead and hit a line drive into center or right center. The only thing you want to do here is don't turn the head of the bat over unless it's a hanger. There's a called strike. He's counted 1.
I think in this situation, especially bottom of the 2nd inning, Joe Madden is showing you, with his club not scoring, Jake Peavy on the mound, who's a terrific pitcher, he's showing you that he can't afford even to give away 1 run.
Probably trying to go that way. Now the count 1-2.
There's a look at Joe, one of the most creative, one of the better managers in the game. Spent a lot of years in the Angel organization, was the man who mentored Mike Scioscia, helped him become as great a manager as he is, and then Joe got his shot with Tampa Bay, and he certainly has made the most of it.
That's into right field. Adam now is going to pull it up. And the ball gets away, but he didn't know that. With no out, 1 out, he may have given it a shot. But Matt Joyce made a terrible throw there.
And for some reason, Molina tried to backhand this ball, which isn't good. He's got to go out and smother it. You see him backhand, it gets away. But Hernandez is back there, and Adam, who is already retreating, can't take advantage.
So here's Gillespie hitting at .298, a homer. He's driven in 2. Infield still in. And a little soft 2-hopper, so 2 out. And it's up to Alexei. Alexei 6 for 21 lifetime against Hernandez.
Rodriguez is playing a fairly shallow left field. Alexei doesn't have the most power in the world, but he is pretty strong.
Pitch outside.
Adam wants to make sure that he has all of his momentum going forward, because Hernandez does throw a lot of pitches in the dirt.
Now you got to bow your neck. Alexei 1-2. Watch out.
Robin liked the formula last night, scoring a couple in 3 in the first without benefit of a home run. And then later seeing Adam Dunn hit his 2-run homer behind some solid, if not spectacular, pitching from Chris Sale. Now, without his best stuff, he only gave up 4 hits in 7 innings. And Chris won his second game to even his record at 2-2.
And that's one reason he's got a chance to be a great pitcher. He's not afraid to go out there when he doesn't have his best stuff or his best control and still win a ball game. Got him. So we have a man on third and nobody out and cannot do anything with it. Top of the third inning, no score. Totals on the board identical at 0-1-0. And if you just joined us, man on third, nobody out. Didn't do anything. So here's Sam Fall getting at 156. Takes first pitch strike.
There's another example of top of the strike zone pitch. And Lance Barrett has been consistent. He's calling him up there.
Softly hit. Nice pitch by Jake. So that is out number one. And you can watch the game in luxury from behind home plate in the Gold Coast Tickets Club right here at the ballpark. Gold Coast Tickets, you got a guide. Buddy Seth Sharon, all the good folks at Gold Coast Tickets. Matt Joyce struck out, leading off the ball game.
Jake throwing tonight like he's got a lot of confidence in his stuff. He's working quickly. He's hitting his spots for the most part, and he's also taking advantage of the high strike zone of Lance Barrett.
Two balls and a strike. Tomorrow night, that's a 6:10 start. Gavin Floyd against Matt Moore, who's 4-0. Tampa Bay. So make your plans to be able to shoot the ballpark. And the finale on Sunday. Final game of this 4-game set and this homestand. Dylan Axelrod against David Price. If you can't make it tomorrow night, that game will be over Comcast Sportsnet on Sunday over WGN.
Last night we saw Jeremy Hellickson go as much as 40 seconds between pitches. For Jake, it's anywhere from 15 to 20 seconds. If he had his own way, he would just as soon get the ball and turn around and throw it right back But occasionally the hitter will step out and try to slow him down.
That ball here, get foul. Get foul. It won't. It's a home run, and it's a 1-0 game.
Third home run of the year by Matt Joyce. They've all been solo shots, and this one hugging the line all the way and went out before it had a chance to hook. Jake tries to throw it down and in, but leaves it right over the middle of the plate. Although this was an off-speed pitch, there wasn't much on the slider, and Joyce took it out.
Here's Roberts. He struck out his first trip.
That's the 5th home run Jake has given up in 27 1/3 innings of work.
0-2 the count. Well, I'm still a firm believer. Very much so, especially with a veteran like Jake. For the wipes. You want the wipes? Sure. Instead of just standing out there? Right, because that way he'll pitch at his tempo. A lot of times, as you mentioned, we were just talking about it, Jake wants to get it and throw it. A lot of times, in this case, Jimenez might be taking a little time putting down the signs. Those wipes eliminate all that. And for those of you that don't know what Hawk and I are talking about with wipes, the pitcher will either wipe at his pant leg or the top of his jersey. Now, the way we used to do it was if you wipe to the top of your jersey, you were adding a pitch. So if the catcher gave you 1 for a fastball, you add to 2, it's a curveball. If you wipe on your pant leg with your glove, you're subtracting. So if he gives you 3 for a slider, you're subtracting 2 to a curveball. That way, the catcher will call it. You never have to shake him off. All you're going to do is wipe to assign it. Some teams have gone away from it only because a lot of infielders couldn't pick it up and they were out of defensive position. I always like to use it because it helped me keep a very fast pace. Gillespie. 2 down. Yeah, a pitcher can pitch at his own pace right there. And you know yourself, you've got to. I had rather have a pitcher throw a pitch that gets hit out of the ballpark, but throw it with conviction, than have a catcher put down a sign and have a doubt about it.
I agree with you.
Plus, one of the other reasons that a lot of clubs have gotten away from it is because they want to call a lot of times pitches from the bench.
Some pitches do it. They'll be either the manager, but most likely the pitching coach do it.
Zobrist popped up to short.
In the case of our Sox, Mark Parent will be the guy not calling pitches, but he'll call pitch outs, slide steps, throws to first. That ball just missed the inside corner. Jake certainly wanted it, but it's a good call by Lance Barrett because this ball just barely misses.
He gone. He knew it, but the home run by Matt Joyce. After 2.5, it's 1-0 Bad Guys.
6-game homestand against Oakland and New York. The Rays won 5 of 6, boasting a 1.50 ERA. This is brought to you by Xfinity Home. Get peace of mind with Xfinity Home. Total home security and home control system that keeps you more connected to what matters most.
Hector Jimenez against Roberto Hernandez.
Tom Foley is positioning Sam Fuld in center field. He was playing into right center. He wants him more straight away, which is where he moved.
Hernandez under a different name, Fausto Carmona, 9-5 lifetime against us.
And his sinker was right. It was tough to hit the ball in the air against him.
You couldn't kill all the worms in front of home plate. There's the strike.
He somehow lost the sinker for a while and seems to have found a good portion of it here tonight. So far he's thrown it well.
Hard but flat.
Comes into action, 53 and 69 lifetime. We told you about that great year in '07. It looked like there was no way that anybody was going to ever touch him. 215 innings, only 61 walks, got everything over the plate.
Yeah, he beat a lot of good pitchers. Payoff pitch.
He expanded his zone and swung at the pitch out of the zone. And he's a strikeout victim. That's strikeout number 3.
Well, here's Jordan Danks. Jordan at 286.
Dwayne Wise was in the original starting lineup, but they scratched him before the game, inserted Jordan, because Dwayne has a stiff neck. We'd like to see Dwayne at least available for perhaps a late at bat, because their closer, Fernando Rodney, is really tough on right-hand hitters.
2-0. Jordan. Cleveland at Kansas City postponed.
The Tribe is going to be playing double headers after double header.
Cues that one foul. Grabs the strike with that one. The ball hit hard. Get over his head. It won't. There's a humpback line drive. But dadgummit. That's a hang wolf 'em right there for Jordan.
Matt Joyce got a good break on that ball, and for a moment it looked like it would get over his head. When a sinker ball pitcher gets the ball thigh high, left-hand hitter usually going to get a good shot at it. You see Joyce timing it perfectly and putting it away.
So here's Diaza. Alejandro went out to his counterpart, Sean Rodriguez, in left field. Takes first pitch strike. fall very deep in center. He did not try. Still cussing.
Good way to bring James Loney in a step or two. You know that Longoria is going to be close. And he will be moving in with the pitch. They're excellent defensive corners for Tampa Bay.
Checks it up and takes the strike. One nothing. Rays here in the bottom of the third inning if you're just tuning in. A 1-2-3 inning. He has retired 6 in a row and he leads it 1-0. It's a 1-0 ball game here in the top of the fourth inning. And here is Longoria. Takes first pitch strike. He just missed one. A high towering fly ball into left center field. The count.
Long Beach State has put out some very good players. Evan Longoria, one of them. And he's one of the best third basemen in the game. Last year playing just a little over half the season. And the Rays were not the same without him. He is a huge presence in the middle of that batting room.
Deep into right field. And it's a 2-0 ball game.
You know which way the wind is blowing because Longoria didn't get all of that one, didn't have to. It's 2 home runs. It's 2-0, and that's his 6th and his 12th driven in. The wind is swirling, and it just took this one out of the park. That ball stayed up a little higher than Jake would have wanted it. It's not a strike. And Longoria probably didn't think this ball was out, but it went out by a good margin.
Here's Loney. He almost hit one out. He hit the top of the fence for a double.
Rays want to see Loney harken back to what he did for the Dodgers between 2008 and 2010. He led the major leagues in driving in game-winning runs. Now he is a contact hitter, which isn't ideal for a corner infielder.
Two and two the count. It remains 2 and 2.
This is the best fastball Jake has thrown tonight. And little aggravation taken out on that one as he got it up to 93.
That one at 83. That's fair ball. He is swinging that bat well. They said he was coming into yesterday's action.
Well, Joe Madden told me that there was no way he wanted to put him in a slump by facing Chris Sale. So he said, you'll see him in the series, but just not against Sale. And Jake tried to get this ball up high, tried to get it in. He got it up high, not high enough, not in far enough, and he drills it by Paulie at first.
Well, Jose Lobaton hit a home run off Chris last night. But prior to that, who was the last Rays player to home off Chris? It was last year, obviously. There's a bunt. It's a good one.
I don't know.
Jeff Keppinger.
Well, he won't have a chance this year. Pretty good sacrifice as Rodriguez gets the job done. They move Loney to third with only one out. And it forces the infield in at all four positions.
Here's Johnson. He walked his first trip.
Tom Foley, third base coach, talking with Loney. I don't think the contact play is on.
It doesn't have to be. So he'll score and it's a 3-0 lead.
RBI number 6 for Johnson. This is a changeup. It's out away, but it's higher than Jake would have wanted it. And Johnson taking it over the drawn-in infield. Jake's in a hole.
3-5-0 for the Rays. 0-1 and 0 for us here in the fourth inning. The Rays have had some guys. R.B. Huff led the club in hitting in 03 with a .311 average. R.B. led the club in 02 with a .313 average. Carl Crawford to .315 in 07. Jason Bartlett hit .320 in 09. The guy who has the all-time highest single batting average in Rays history. This last year.
Jeff Keppinger.
.325.
Pretty amazing year, all in all, for Jeff. Got him a 3-year contract with our ball club. And there's nothing wrong with him, just a night off tonight, giving Tyler Green a chance to play.
And that ball is going foul. Souvenir. So Molina struck out to end the second inning with a 1-2 count.
Jimenez going out talking with Jake. And what Jake would love to see is any kind of ground ball, because I think that Paul Konerko can beat Molina in a foot race.
Yep. So say on. What was Gore's like?
This is one slow running catcher. But he's been durable and he's played a long time.
And he has been a good catcher.
Well, it was tough on the mound, but all the Molinas are born with catcher's gloves.
There he goes. We got some work to do. We got to hold him right here and come back against this right-hander who's given up just one hit. Oh, he got a cookie right there. Couldn't do anything with it.
Jake's been getting a few pitches up this inning. And that is a slider that just stays up in the zone. He's lucky that wasn't in the gap in right center. Pitch is starting to pile up on Jake as he's at the 70 mark with his next pitch.
Straight up and spread out. There's a gap in right center. And another foul ball.
Molina's had a pretty good at bat. And that straight change was made to be pounded into the dirt, but he fouled it off. Ninth pitch of the at bat as Molina and Peavy battle on.
He gone. 2 down. Fifth strikeout. And that'll bring up Sanford, the center fielder, who grounded out to second. Jacks it up and takes strike one. Go. Double clutch. So that'll be a stolen base, number 3 for Johnson.
Jimenez would have had him easily if he makes a decent throw. But unfortunately, he couldn't get the ball out of the glove. And right there cost him, as Johnson didn't get much of a jump at all. But the double clutch into center field. Bolt started his career with the Chicago Cub organization, made it to the major leagues in 07, was there briefly in 09 and again in 10 before heading over to Tampa Bay. That was in the Matt Garza deal. The star in that one was a right-hander by the name of Chris Archer.
2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Archer's going to be in this rotation. This has to harness his control because he has outstanding stuff. He came over in the same trade.
Comebacker. They do some damage. They get a pair. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th, trailing 3-0. TV.com, sponsored by Jeff Vukovich, your local nationwide insurance agent serving the area for 34 years. So to join the nation, visit jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side.
Second time through the order, it's time to try to come alive against Hernandez, who's thrown very good sinkers tonight. Probably the best he's thrown all year long, as he came in with an ERA up close to 5. And the stuff he was throwing then does not resemble what he's looked like so far.
We'll still got plenty of time to get it. Tyler Green struck out his first trip, takes first pitch strike. Back through the middle. And a good way to start. Good speed aboard.
That ball was actually off the plate, and Tyler did a nice job of coverage, taking it right back up the middle by Hernandez. Ball wasn't hit all that hard, just hit in a perfect spot.
Here's Alex. Grounded out to short. Pretty good lead. And Alex takes first pitch strike.
There is some room on the left side. You figure that Rios has a good chance of pulling the ball against Hernandez, who likes to stay inside on the right-handers. But you got Longoria guarding the line. And Zobrist straight away at shortstop. He doesn't have the most range and spot to hit it between them.
Very quickly, 0-2. It's tough to hit anybody. You're 0-2, but especially a guy like Hernandez.
Well, you can easily, the way he's throwing the ball, you can easily foul it off your foot, because he is burying that ball inside. So Molina looking over in the dugout.
Softly hit. They're going to get the lead man, and that's it. So 1 out, and that'll bring up Adam, who ripped a double down into the right field corner.
Is there any secret or approach you can use against a sinker baller?
A lot of guys move up in the box.
Try to take away, get it before the late
Yeah. Yeah, they'll. But it's hard to do it with him because we hadn't seen him do it tonight, but in the past, he also had a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. That's high. So Alex will pick up his 4th stolen base.
Molina got under that one as that ball dove away from Adam. Straight steal. He never looked back, didn't look for contact. So you see Molina try to flip it sidearm, almost threw it into center field.
There's another base hit by the big man. So here comes Alex. He will score. And it's a 3-1 ball game. Oh boy.
RBI number 9 for Adam. Told you about the fact that Adam loves the ball down, and that's where Hernandez throws most of his pitches. And if you keep the ball down to Adam Dunn, you're going to give up some rockets. And he's hit the ball right on the button twice.
So here's Paulie. First pitch strike.
Hernandez has only given up a couple of home runs this year. He's hit 4 batters. Far and away leading his club. They've only hit 6 as a team.
And there's a base hit. That boy, Paulie. Don't stop now, boys.
Second time through the order has been the charm. That time Hernandez got it up a bit. It brings Jim Hickey running out from the dugout to have a word with Hernandez and the entire infield. As Paulie, with his first base hit, puts the tying runs on base.
So Hickey just trying to settle it down a little bit. Don't let it get out of focus.
Yeah, he had no problems through 3, and all of a sudden here he's run into 3 hits and 4 hitters.
neither one of us know the guy, but in the past when he was with Cleveland, he could get a little rattled out there.
When he was coasting along, there was no problem. He worked quickly, and that sinker was real good. But when you start to put a little pressure on him, put him in the stretch consistently, that's when he started to get the ball up. For a sinker baller, that essentially is a death knell.
Now here's where you need some bench jockeys.
If you could, yeah. Don't do a whole lot of that anymore, or any of it.
None.
No.
It's a shame. That was a great part of the game. Gillespie grounded out to second his first trip.
The coaches would be yelling at you too from the corners.
Oh, manager, coaches, everybody. Cues that one in the count very quickly. 0-2.
Run expectancy with runners at first and second and one out. Our hitters are at 39%. Tampa Bay very similar, and the league average right in the middle of 2. So you would have to say average results in this situation.
Two down. 5 strikeouts now. And it's up to Lexi. Lexi struck out in his first trip. Yeah, it was amazing too back in those time zones how much a good bench jockey was worth. He could definitely get a lot of guys rattled up.
All you want to do is get him mad, because then you take away some of that concentration.
Well, that was the whole purpose. That was the whole philosophy. Hitters tried to upset the pitchers. There's no way in the world you're going to let, say, Jake Peavy, who works fast, Mark Burley, who works fast, work that fast against you. And you keep stepping out just to pee them off.
And there'd be a few pitchers that would throw at you in those situations also.
Well, that was okay.
Yeah.
You just keep doing it. Just get them out of their rhythm. That's off the end of the bat. But we do pick up a run. The RBI single by Adam Dunn. And it's the 3-1 Tampa Bay lead. Top of the 5th inning. 3-5-0 for them, 1-4-0 for us. Jake Peavy. This is first pitch to Matt Joyce, who has struck out and homer. That's his third homer in the third inning. Trying to work the ball, turns it over. This is low and away, and the count 2-0. Diaz.
The fifth inning is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank, creating contemporary solutions for a better banking experience for everyone. Fifth Third Bank, the curious bank. Member FDIC.
Ryan Roberts, a strikeout and a ground out to third. Pops it up right side. Down the corn for Alex. And Sox fans, join us on Saturday, May 11th at 6:10 as our Sox take on the Angels. Also, the first 20,000 fans will receive a Paul Konerko bobblehead presented by all the good folks at Pepsi. For tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com. That's Saturday, May 11th. Paul Konerko bobblehead. Steve and I have seen it, and it's nice.
It's a good looking bobblehead, and it's liable to pop up any place at the ballpark. You just never know. It's a traveling bobblehead. Of course, tomorrow,
Harold Baines.
I believe we have a special bobblehead. It's Harold.
That's into center field. JD is there, makes the catch. We're halfway home. We need 2 to tie.
Creating contemporary solutions for a better banking experience for everyone. Fifth Third Bank, the curious bank. Member FDIC.
We trail it 3-1 here in the bottom of the fifth inning. It'll be Jimenez, Danks, and back to the top of the order with Piazza.
Hector hit the ball pretty hard, but fouled the first time up before going down on strikes. Kind of bad hit.
Indeed it was. Start us off right here, Hector. That ball hit hard. Stay fair as well.
Pretty much the same thing last time, but unfortunately got out a little too quickly on it. The Angels 2-7 on the road. But the worst team in the American League, these Tampa Bay Rays at 2-8.
Count evens at 2. Chops that one foul. That ball hit high, deep. Stretch. He goes back, looks up. You can put it on the board. Yeah. First homer for Jimenez, and it's a 3-2 ball game. Mercy.
For the third home run that Hernandez has given up. But after hitting a couple of loud fouls, Hector finally kept it between the lines. He got it up in the wind jet stream, and it left the ballpark. Hernandez gets this ball on the inner portion, just above knee high. And Jimenez just takes it out.
Jordan takes ball 1. Jordan hung out some kind of hard humpback line drive into right field. And Matt Joyce made a good play on it. 2-0 the count, of course, with that home run by Jimenez. A generous donation to White Sox charities from Alex Snellius in loving memory of Ursul. Use that one. Stay fair. And they do just get it. Beautiful play by Longoria. Got him by a quarter of a step.
Not many third basemen going to be able to make that play because you got a barehanded throw in pretty much the same motion. And if Longoria wasn't playing and coming in, you see him come in just one step, that gets his momentum going forward. So he barehands, throws in the same motion, and gets him literally by that half step. Without that momentum coming forward, he doesn't get him.
So here's Diaz. Takes the bunt, takes the ball.
Ready to deliver pitch number 72, which is not a particularly high total, but he's not out of the 5th yet.
Top of the 6th in Minnesota. Texas leading the Twins 3-0. Bottom of the 8th in Detroit. 10-0 Tigers over Atlanta. Pass back through the middle, a base hit.
Yazoo came in hitting over 400 against Hernandez. Was handled pretty easily the first 2 times up, but hit that one back through the middle, and it got out of the infield rather easily.
So here's Tyler Green. He's 1 for 2, a single. Leading off last inning. Final from Nationals Park. Washington shuts out Cincinnati 1-0. Zimmerman 4-1 over Bailey 1-2.
Homer Bailey's throwing real well these days. We saw how good Zimmerman can be. And Cincinnati, surprisingly, just 13-11. That team, which has a whole lot of power in their lineup, just is not hitting very well.
Reading an interesting article in Joey Votto.
About the line drives.
Yeah,
No pop-ups.
no pop-up. He did not hit one pop-up last year. To the infield.
It's astonishing to me. One ball hit in the stands in his entire career.
Foul.
I know. It's amazing.
He has never hit a home run foul in his entire career. Minor leagues and plus. That ball hit high and deep. Stretch, Gill back there. He jumps. You can put it on the board. Get it out. 2-run bomb by Tyler Green, and the Sox take the lead 4-3. Mercer.
First home run as a member of the White Sox. His first 2 runs driven in. Couldn't have come at a better time. 2 bombs this inning, and just like that, the lead evaporates. So it was the second and now the third time through the order that's gotten to Hernandez. And this one, a high sinker. Doesn't do much except leave the ballpark and relinquish the lead as Fold goes up. And a fan makes a great catch.
Alex, one hopper down to Longoria. And that is out number 2. Here's Adam. Adam has been to the plate twice and hung out 2 ropes, 1 for a double, 1 for an RBI single. Takes that one down low. Some pop.
It's surprising that Houston, who needs all kinds of players, decided that he couldn't play with them, because from what we've seen, he's certainly strong enough, he's certainly big enough, and he has surprising speed. So Jake, who had some trouble in the early going, now sees his teammates come back and get him the lead.
Outside 2-1. Sharply. And it'll retire the side, but not before. Homer by Jimenez, a 2-run shot by Green, and we lead it 4-3. top of the 6th inning. 4-7-0 for our guys, 3-5-0 for their guys. High pop-up by Longoria on the first pitch. Tyler Green. So 1 pitch went out. Longoria now 1 for 3 with a homer. The 6th of the season. So 1 out, and a reminder, season ticket prices have been greatly reduced for the 2013 season. Purchase a season ticket plan and gain access to the best seats at the best price with the most benefits. So visit WhiteSox.com and call 312-674-1000.
Very important for Jake to have a good, strong inning. After his team came back and got him a 3 spot, shut down the middle of this order.
That ball into left field. We got a man there. Maloney is. He's swinging at that.
He is that, and he's very familiar with Jake. And that ball was hit on the button, so he hasn't missed much tonight.
Well, he came in and hit a line shot on the first pitch he saw for a base hit last night. He's hit 2 line shots for doubles. He hits a line shot out there to DeAndre.
Well, this is what they imagined at first base. I mean, Carlos Pena was a good player for him, hit a lot of home runs. They knew Loney, with just 12 home runs last year, wasn't the same type of first baseman. However, he is a whiz with the glove, and they thought he could make some contact.
And even without it, his many home runs as Pena, he'll drive in as many, if not more.
I would think so. Yeah.
They haven't made a whole bunch of bad decisions over there since Madden's.
No, and Andrew Friedman, pretty good GM.
Well, he's a good GM.
Yes, sir.
His best move is firing Joe Madden.
You know, when you spend as much time as he spent in an organization without getting a shot, sometimes you wonder if it's ever going to come around. And for Joe, it finally did come around, and then they found out what kind of talent he has. When you talk about an out-of-the-box type of guy and thinker, that really epitomizes Joe Madden, who does everything he can to keep the club loose.
There's just a fisted single by Rodriguez, so he's now 1 for 3. Well, I think he's just changing the schematic.
As far as how you handle players or what you expect out of them or treat them?
How you handle them. And that's the main job of a manager. Getting what's in them out of them.
Well, they know that without drawing any people, they're not going to be able to spend a whole lot of money. And in talking with Joe, he said, we realize we got to not only grow our own, but develop our own. You can draft, and they've been pretty good. So lately they've been drafting down in the draft. But they've been able to develop some great arms. And with the great arms, it allows them to get the position player that they've been lacking. The idea, James Shields, Wade Davis, for Will Myers, who we will see later in this year.
Well, that's what the farm system is for. It's a double-edged sword as far. First of all, to supply your big league club. And the next thing is to make it a candy store for the other organizations.
If you've got pitching, you can pretty much get whatever you want.
There's a strike.
And
Kelly Johnson.
In the case of James Shields, he's a very good pitcher and a leader on this clubhouse. But one of the things that he did was he talked with a lot of other pitchers about throwing the cutter. Joe Madden hates the cutter. He feels that it takes velocity away from his pitchers. And so he would think that that would be the last thing that he'd want his guys to use. And consequently, he's with Kansas City. He's a terrific pitcher. There's no doubt about it. And he's going to be a leader with Kansas City. But they probably will have a different pitching philosophy than Madden has.
Two out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rodriguez with 1 stolen base and 1 attempt at first. Long set by Jake. Good pitch, didn't get it.
Jake's got the ability to throw it inside to left-handers when he wants to, and this one didn't tail as much as he would like. So now Paulie tells him that he's going to play in back of Rodriguez at first. And he will move back with the pitch.
He gone. He knew it. And that'll retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the sixth, leading 4-3.
It's nice if it's evenly divided between runs produced without the home run or runs produced with the home run. Tonight, it's been the long ball. The first one produced via the base hit, but the last two have been the long ball with Jimenez and then Tyler Green. So this is a team that hits the ball out of the ballpark, and they have more power than most of the other teams, and they've been taking advantage of it.
And here's Paulie to lead it off. Paulie 1 for 2, single in the fourth inning. There's a breaking ball for a strike in the count, 1-1. Start us off right here, Paulie. Gillespie on deck. Alexei in the hole. That's a fair ball.
That is some third baseman you're looking at, folks. He's been like that since he was a very young man.
Gillespie 0 for 2. A soft ground out to second and a strikeout. Outfielder straight up, spread out and deep, especially full in center field. Cubs beat the Marlins 4-2 down in Miami. Phillies shut out the Mets 4-0 in New York. Nothing in 2 the count.
We saw Jamie Wright last night give up a couple of hits in 1 inning, and he's throwing once again in the bullpen.
That ball hit high and deep. Stretch. Joyce goes back, looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes! Number 2, far corner. And it's a 5-3 Sox lead.
Ball keeps going out of the ballpark, and our guys have a little more thunder than their guys. So Carmona, who had given up, well, it's not Carmona anymore, it's Hernandez, who had given up 2 home runs all year, gives up 3 in the last inning and a third. The third of which makes it a 2-run game.
Alexei takes ball 1. Two and 0. And he grabs a strike with that one. Hector Jimenez on deck. Shanks that one. Loney, 2 down.
It's a very good chance that Joe Madden lets Hernandez get through this inning, if he can get through it, and then takes him out of this one.
So here's Hector. He's 1 for 2. That ball hit hard into left field. Get over his head. It won't. And that'll retire the side, but not before Gillespie's 2nd homer of the season. We'll go to the 7th inning, 5-3.
Tonight's game is available in Spanish on your SAP audio setting and is provided by 97.5 FM ESPN Deportes, Chicago's first and only FM Spanish language sports radio station. There are the boys.
And here is Jose Molina leading off the top of the 7th. 20,008 in the house, and they're having a good time in this ball game as that is into center field. That's a can of corn for Jordan. So one pitch went out, and a reminder, you can bring your family to the ballpark for our all-new Family Sundays presented by the University of Chicago Medicine Comer Children's Hospital. Tickets start as low as $5 and parking is just $10. 1983 former White Sox players will be in attendance, and activities for kids include pregame player autographs and a postgame run around the bases, weather permitting. And the White Sox and Comer Children's Hospital teaming up to promote a healthy lifestyle and combat childhood obesity. 0-1 the count to Sam Folds, who has grounded to second and grounded out 1-3. Next pitch will be number 99 for the Jake Meister.
And with Jake closing in on the century mark, Jesse Crain and Matt Thornton up and throwing in the pen.
What was the most pitches you ever threw in one game?
You know what? They never told me.
An estimate.
Well, I do remember in 2 back-to-back games, they did tell me this. They threw 73 and 75 curveballs against the Angels and the Brewers in 2 consecutive games. So I figure you had to throw enough fastballs in there. So maybe, I don't know, 130, 125, 130. But it was a non-issue in those games.
Exactly.
They just never told it.
No. They didn't care.
Nope. As long as the stuff was good, they left you out there. When the stuff started to get up or didn't have the same break on it, they just went and got you.
Corner sucks it up. 2 down. Well, for all of you youngsters out there, in the time frame we're talking about, take a Nolan Ryan, Sam McDowell, many games threw over 200 pitches.
And came back
3 days later.
I was going to say, with 3 days rest, 4 games later, and just did it again.
Yeah.
And did it again.
Yeah.
In the case of Nolan, did it again for what, 27 years?
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
With very few concessions to the aging process. So Jake is going to get a very good hand from the crowd. He'll leave with a 5-3. He's got the advantage. The bases are empty. We'll step out and be back after these messages. Matt Thornton comes in, nobody on base, an 0-1 record, on for the 10th time, 4.26 ERA, and he'll be looking at Matt Joyce. So Jake didn't have his best stuff, but a lot like Chris Sale, he really battled. They leave with the lead. There you look at some numbers that Matt wants to improve on.
I love to watch Jake Peavy pitch.
He's as competitive as it gets, and he also has a running conversation with himself from the first pitch till he leaves the ballgame.
Yeah, he has There's a little soft tapper. Perfect feed. And that'll retire the side. 7th inning stretch. We lead at 5-3.
Ball. For the second night in a row, we're going to take a look at Jamie Wright. He came on in the 7th inning last night in relief of Hellickson. Tonight he comes on in relief of Hernandez. Putting together a pretty good year. 20-year veteran of professional baseball. ERA below 2, on for the 10th time. And he enters with a 2-run deficit.
It'll be Danks and back to the top of the order with Diaz and Green. Danks is lined very hard to right field. There's a hang with him. Then he nubbed one, almost like a swinging bunt down the third base line, and Longoria made a beautiful play to get him. Just nipped him at first. And that's on a play suiting their left side.
So Hernandez goes 6 innings, gives up 5 runs on 8 hits, including 3 home runs. That is most unusual for him.
Yeah, especially for a guy who had a 9-5 record against us.
Yeah. That was at Fausto Carmona.
That's the difference. Show you can't tell a book by its cover.
He added 3 years and a little less stuff as Roberto Hernandez.
0-2. One time. Hernandez was just about as good as the right end. Wow.
Well, the Indians thought they had a guy that they could build around. As it turned out, it didn't work that way.
1-2 pitch to Jordan. Backs it up. Wayne Wise, as Steve told you earlier, in case you're just tuning in and missed it, he was originally in the lineup, but he had a stiff neck. It's full.
A couple of good takes on the part of Jordan, as those pitches were tantalizingly close. Diaza, who had a base hit last time, up in the on-deck circle.
Easy chopper. 1 out. And a reminder, the first 10,000 children 13 and under will receive a White Sox wall cleaning on Sunday, May 26th, presented by Radio Disney. Radio Disney Chicago, your music, your way. Here's Alejandro. 1 for 3, that's single, and a run scored.
Remember, if you're coming out here tomorrow for Harold Baines bobblehead night, it is a 6 o'clock game, not the usual 7 o'clock start. So the weather's supposed to be gorgeous. The baseball lately has been pretty good, and there is Harold. Striking similarity.
One hopper. 2 down.
Our fourth drive of the game happened in the 5th inning. And it was the second homer of the inning, but this one was the big one. As Tyler takes it to just left of center field, Sam Fuld runs out of room, and that gave the boys the lead. Tyler Green, his first home run, his first runs driven in as a member of the Sox.
Takes first pitch strike. He also singled to lead off the 4th inning. Top of the 8th in Minnesota, 3-0 Texas. 1-2 the count. Once again, a reminder, Harold Baines bobblehead tomorrow night. But the pitching matchup, Gavin Floyd for us against Matt Moore, who is 4-0 for those guys. So make your plans to be with us. And on Sunday, Dylan Axelrod against David Price in the finale of this homestand.
Well, they're their 2 best the next 2 days.
Softly hit. So a nice inning right there for Jamie Wright. 1, 2, 3. We'll go to the 8th, leading by 2.
Sox lead at this point. They have out-hit the Rays 8-6. Been an errorless game. Hector Jimenez with his first major league home run, and Tyler Green a 2-run bomb in the 5th. It's been the long ball tonight. Jake Peavy battled, and that is our Honda game summary. Your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Honda dealers, as reliable as the cars themselves. So Jesse Crain comes into the game at 0-1, the ERA an even 2 on for the 12th time. And he's going to go against 2, 3, and 4 in the batting order. And if anybody gets on, red hot James Loney.
Roberts is 0 for 3. Takes first pitch strike. Struck out, grounded to third, and popped up to Alex in right. Ate him up right there. Very quick to the count, 0-2.
Roberts pretty close to the plate. His fastball up into the inner portion at 95, and he couldn't get on top of it. Tough to get on top of anything up that high at 95. There's been a few hitters who could do it, but not in recent years.
Yes, he did. He gone. Yes, at 95.
Don Cooper has got his ball club using a lot of high heat when they get ahead of hitters. And that shows you how difficult it is to check your swing. Roberts goes around. And the first out of the 8th, an important one when you're going through the heart of the order.
And here's Zobrist. Paulie. 2 down. Don't miss your chance to play catch on the field at Family Field Day on May 18th and shop for great White Sox memorabilia at the annual garage sale. Proceeds benefit White Sox charity. So for more information, visit whitesox.com. It's exactly the way you want to see this guy. Nobody on, 2 out, 2-run ball game.
2 of the 3 times he's popped up the first pitch. The other time he hit it out.
Gloria picked 3rd overall in the 2006 draft.
I'm absolutely shocked that he got by the Colorado Rockies because they had the 2nd pick. They picked Matt Reynolds. Talked about it last night. Think about Troy Tulowitzki and Evan Longoria on the left side for the Rockies. Would have been the best left side in a long time.
No walks. Come back and get him.
Brandon Gomes and Cesar Ramos.
There's the strike. No walks. Outfield straight up. Not equidistant. Boy. Oh. That'll be a base hit, but
they'd have gotten him 1 of 2 ways. If Connor makes the diving grab, they're going to get him. And if he misses it and lets it go, Alexi's going to throw him out. But third basemen are taught, get everything you can. That one just bounded off the glove. And a man you didn't want to see this inning, James Loney, steps in.
He has hit it right on the sweet meat 3 times tonight, and 1 time last night is only a bat pinning green pinch hit. These 2 doubles. Run scored. Last time up, that line shot right to Diaz and left. He's locked in. Looking for it, got it, and out in front. When you're seeing the ball like he is right now, hitting is really not that hard.
It doesn't appear that he's got much vibration in his bat because he's hitting everything right on the sweet spot.
Yeah. Unfortunately, guys only go through maybe 3 or 4 times a year like that. And good hitters, of course, more. One and one to count.
Only had a good run at it with the Dodgers for a lot of years, but when they had a chance to get Adrian Gonzalez, they jumped at it and took on a whole lot of salary with Carl Crawford, Josh Beckett, and Gonzalez from Boston.
Pretty good pitch, didn't get it. Now it's the 2-1 count.
Tom Foley going through his set of signs, and not much going on. You don't expect Longoria to be going in this situation.
There's a little soft base hit. When you're hot, you're hot. So now the tying run's aboard. And that'll bring up Sean Rodriguez. So a little infield off the glove of Gillespie at third. Infield single, then a little duck snort into right center. Rodriguez is 1 for 3 in this game. He has 1 homer and 6 RBIs on the season. He pops him up. Gillespie, yes. A good job by Jesse Crain. Terrific. They'll go to the bottom of the 8th, still leading 5-3. At our Android, get the latest score, stats, highlights, and more. Text @BAT to 31826 or visit WhiteSox.com.
New pitcher for the Rays, and it's Brendan Gomes. Gomes 0-1 ERA, .415 on for the 10th time. He's the first of the Ray pitchers to hit double figures in appearances. With opponents hitting .219, it's been a pretty good run for him. 1 walk, 10 strikeouts. About as good as it gets in walk to strikeout ratio.
Here's Alex. And according to this picture that I'm looking at of him in the press guide, he throws a splitter.
It's pretty clear that he certainly does.
No, 28 years old out of Fall River, Mass. That's high in the right field. And that's 1 out, and that'll bring up Adam Dunn, who is 2 for 3. Hard double, hard RBI single, and a hard ground ball to second.
When you can get a starting pitcher to go deep into the ball game, in this case Jake went into the 7th inning with a couple of outs, then Robin has a chance to line up his bullpen exactly the way he wants. It culminates with Addison Reed. Addison, who's had a hand in 8 of the 9 victories, going for his 8th save in 8 opportunities, and he's loosening in the pen. Addison Reed, who relishes the job of a closer. And if we start playing better, he's going to get a lot more action.
Let's pick up another one. He's not a big guy. 5'11", 185. There it was again. He came in last night, pitched the 8th inning, and struck out the side.
You can tell by that grip that he's got it ready to go in case he uses that splitter.
So Joe doesn't like the cutter, huh?
He has a real interesting philosophy, because I asked him why the organization developed so many good pitchers, and he said, we let our young guys throw fastballs. Then we want them to throw straight changes. Then we'd like them to throw over the top curveballs. He said, our choices are fastball, changeup, curveball. He said, I can't stand the cutter. I'll live with the slider if a pitcher needs it. And he said, as far as the other pitches are concerned, he said, there are some guys that don't have overwhelming stuff. They'll go to the splitter. There's other guys who can't get the feel for the curveball. They'll go to the slider. But he said, our young guys are all taught fastball first, changeup second, curveball third.
That's pretty good philosophy.
Well, he said,
well, see, the best pitch in baseball is well-located fastball.
Right. And
second best pitch is a good changeup.
And he feels that to have a good fastball, you have to throw fastballs. And he said so many guys want to do so much, turn it over, change the finger pressure, learn how to throw that cutter. He goes, and the cutter is something that takes velocity away from all of the pitchers.
As that is out number 2. That splitter again.
It's a pretty good one, as we saw last night, and it's equally as good tonight.
So here's Paulie. Paulie 1 for 3. Boy, that's all he's throwing. Why not?
Works for him.
Yeah, that's right. First thing you got to do is find out what's working for you and use it.
You throw enough splitters, if your elbow does hold up, it's a good pitch. If you get on top of it and it goes down, it's a good pitch. But as you were talking about in your era with guys who use the spitter, you hang some of them. And when
We didn't mind it.
When you hang it, they go a long way.
We didn't mind it. As I said, I never argued with told an umpire one time, hey, that guy's throwing a spitter. The umpire knew it.
Of course.
He's got eyes just like I do. But they can hang them just like you could a curve or a slider. And there was a fastball at 93. Meanwhile, we're into the ninth, and we lead it by 2.
Didn't have his great stuff, but it was good enough. This one right back to him. And Jake caught a few of them looking tonight. Find out what's possible with products and services from AT&T. Rethink possible. And in comes Addison Reed. 1-0, ERA below 1, on for the 11th time. Looking to make it 8 of 8 as he faces the bottom part of the order.
Johnson, Molina, and Fall, the scheduled hitters. Johnson has walked, has an RBI single, and a strikeout. Looking for it, got it. Hammered it. Rope hook foul, and the count 0-1.
Kelly Johnson is the designated hitter tonight, but Tampa Bay found out that he could play a little outfield. He was a second baseman by trade most of his career.
Going to the count.
When they start their left-handed lineup against a right-handed starter, it makes that bench awfully thin. Desmond Jennings is a right-hand hitter. He's probably the best hitter they have coming off the bench. But there's not much from the right side. Shelley Duncan is another one.
Count hangs at 1-2.
Backup catcher. We saw Lobaton last night, and he's a switch hitter, but only 143 as a left-hand hitter. Makes it pretty tough against a right-handed closer.
Not too fine, not too fine. We got to get this guy. Dig out. Had a good rip. He was all over that one, just underneath it.
Molina in the on-deck circle. Edison faced him last night. Struck him out swinging to end the ball game.
No walks, make him hit his way on. He gone. He knew it. Beauty of a pitch by Addison.
Backdoor slider. Just a little bit of movement at the tail end. Hector does a nice job of easing it back into the zone ever so slightly, and a big first out.
So here is Molina. 0 for 3 tonight. Looking first ball fastball, got it and flips it right into the crowd for a souvenir. Five 8-0 for our guys, 3 8-0 for their guys.
And it's been an errorless game.
They had a 3-0 lead if you're just tuning in. They had 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth. We came back with 1 in the fourth, 3 in the fifth. That's a little bit low. And they added 1 in the sixth. 3 home runs for us. They had 2. Longoria, a solo shot. Joyce, a solo shot. We had a 2-run homer by Tyler Green to put us on top 4-3. Solo shot by Hector Jimenez. A solo shot by Gillespie. 2-1. Count evens. Jose, 37 years old.
Pretty amazing that he's held up this long.
That ball hit deep into center field. Jordan back. Jordan. Yes. No, can't make the play. Hits that wall hard. Meanwhile, it'll be a double for Molina.
They may want to take another look at that, but I think it stayed in the park. Looked like Tom Hallion went out there to take a look at it. Molina gets a fastball, and he puts a charge into it. Jordan comes up a little short. That ball stayed in the park, hitting the yellow foam and bouncing back in the field of play. Diaz a real nice job of covering up after Danks hit the wall, and they're going to meet on it, but that ball was not out of the park. Joe Madden, of course, is going to lobby for a home run, but clearly it was not.
So Madden will return. Umpires now going to review it.
We'll slow it down for you and watch Jordan as he goes up. But this ball clearly hits the padded area. Does not bounce off the rail, just bounces straight up and comes back in the field of play.
So they will indeed have the review.
In the meantime, Addison Reed would probably like to throw a pitch or two. There's no reason to stand out there and not do anything while the umpires review this.
And while they do review it, we'll give you some other scores. As we mentioned, Phillies beat the Mets 4-0. Cubs over the Marlins 4-2 in Miami. Yankees beat Toronto 6-4 in the Bronx. Washington shuts out Cincinnati 1-0 at Nationals Park. San Francisco leading San Diego 1-0. That's in the bottom of the second. Bottom of the ninth in Minnesota. Texas leading 4-0. Boston in the bottom of the eighth at home against Houston. Red Sox lead at 6-3. Red Sox 15-7. Same record as Texas. Detroit just hammered Atlanta 10-0 at Comerica Park. Anibal Sanchez 3-1 with a 1.34 ERA. St. Louis after 7 beating Pittsburgh 5-1.
Well, decision has been made. Molina's going to stay at second base. And Sam Fold is going to come up. One of the things you still have to watch with Fold is the bunt. He's got very good speed and he is an accomplished bunter.
He is 0 for 3 tonight. Grounder to second, grounder back to Peavy, grounder to third. So 1 out, 1 on. Sox lead at 5-3. No walks. Matt Joyce on deck. He's 1 for 4 tonight with a homer. Come back and get him, Addison. There's one. They can swing the bat. There's 2.
His fastball catches the whole plate.
Payoff pitch. Pops it up. Stay in here. He's got the play, makes the catch, 2 down.
Nice battle back by Addison Reed. Pulls down 3-0 in the at-bat and gets the pop-up. That high fastball too close to take. Fold can't do anything with it. And Jimenez makes the play nicely.
So here's Joyce. He has faced Addison 3 times, has 1 hit, as I mentioned. 1 for 4 tonight with that 3rd inning homer. Just a line shot right down in the right field corner. He was looking for it, got it, and hooks it. Trying to come back, but it won't. 2 rows back.
Very close. But Joyce stays alive.
Change up, misses, and the count 1-1. Joyce, a pretty good fastball hitter.
And Hector doesn't want to set up too quickly because he's got Molina out at second base, a catcher, and it's pretty easy for him to give location.
And there's a base hit. So Molina's going to be waved around. And it's a 5-4 ball game.
Second run batted in, just the 4th of the year for Joyce as he keeps things alive. As that had too much of the plate. So Ryan Roberts will come to bat.
Ryan Roberts will be the hitter. He's 0 for 4 tonight. And he's faced Addison 1 time. He's 0 for 1.
John Cooper with a little pep talk.
Desmond Jennings has come out to pinch run. Jennings, 5 stolen bases in 7 attempts.
He's by far their leading base stealer.
Last year stole 31 in 33 attempts. First pitch strike to Roberts.
Again, that high strike being called all night. Lance Barrett has been consistent. He started calling it in the first inning, and he's calling it here in the 9th.
Breaking ball just did not come back. Pretty good lead by Jennings. Two and one.
Not getting on top of that slider. There were 2 hangers that fortunately stayed inside off the plate. And that's a lot of pitches in 1 inning for Addison Reed.
3-1.
We certainly want to make it happen here with Roberts and not get to Zobrist.
Zobrist the last few years, the big man with a big hit for Tampa Bay. There he goes. Now the tying run at second. And here's Zobrist, who's 0 for 4 tonight. Zobrist with a good eye at the plate since the beginning of the 29 season. He's drawn the most walks of any American leaguer. Right here, he's looking to knock somebody in and tie this ball game up or put them ahead. Takes first pitch strike.
You have to make sure that you take a look back, sometimes a second time. Make sure Jennings is at a dead stop at second base. Alexei is pretty close to right behind him.
And the count 0-2.
Both of those cutting the middle of the plate. One up, one down. And Zobrist in an 0-2 hole, bringing everybody in the ballpark to their feet.
Just got a piece of it.
Well, that also got a piece of Lance Barrett as he was able to foul it off, and now Tom Hallion comes in to find out if Barrett's okay. Barely able to stay alive and right off the shin guard, but you find out how very little protection you have when you get hit even with the shin guard. Edison came an eyelash from ending the game on that inside fastball. Zobrist barely able to stay alive.
Two on, two out. One in. Sox lead at 5-4. Yes, he did. He gone, and this ball game is over. Yes.
Big out, and he threw that slider in the dirt. Jimenez did a nice job of blocking it, and Addison Reed is 8 for 8 on this pitch right here. So a little scare in the 9th inning, but all's well that ends well, and it's 3 in a row. So with the boys very happy and a victory intact, we'll step out and be back after these messages.